If there is one country that knows how to produce world-class managers, it's Germany. Last season, Thomas Tuchel became the third straight German to win the Champions League, following in the footsteps of Hansi Flick and Jurgen Klopp. And last summer, Bayern Munich paid RB Leipzig a world record fee of €25 million to bring the young sensation Julian Nagelsmann to Bavaria. And the talent pool doesn't end there. Borussia Dortmund boss Marco Rose is just one example of an exciting generation of innovative coaches flooding the Bundesliga, taking the lead from previous pioneers in Joachim Löw, Jupp Heynckes and Ralf Rangnick. For a nation once plagued with direct, robust football rooted in the German mentality of fitness and power, Deutschland is now a world leader in shaping the tactics and methods of the modern game. But how did the country of poets and thinkers become such a prolific producer of world-class managers? And what lessons could the rest of the footballing community learn from the German approach? In this week's Eurofootball Daily Explained, we decided to find out. In the early 90s, the country had enjoyed unprecedented footballing success. In 1997, Borussia Dortmund won the Champions League. The year after, Die Mannschaft captured the Euros at Wembley. But even so, the German head coach Berti Vogts continuously accused the Dutch football system of resting on its laurels, claiming that endless talent was slipping through their system. Miroslav Klose was held up as an example of that inefficiency, having played fifth-tier amateur football until 21, simply because scouts rarely travelled to his part of the country. Sure enough, Vogts' fears were confirmed at France 98 when they were humbled 3-0 by Croatia in the quarter-finals. But disaster struck again at Euro 2000, when the defending champions were dumped out of the group stage with just a single point, even suffering the unthinkable by losing to Kevin Keegan's England. The performance sent shivers through the nation. Bayern chairman Karl-Heinz Rummenigge described it as a major shock for us all, and the DFB, along with the German Football League, set up a task force to change things for the better. The two pulled together to overhaul their youth development practices, scouring the world for new methods to ensure German football would never lapse again. With the help of DFB money, it became obligatory for any Bundesliga side to operate an academy. And in 2003, the Extended Talent Promotion Programme was launched by the former DFB president Gerhard Meyer-Vorfelder as an initiative to promote promising young footballers. It had an initial budget of €48 million, which today has more than doubled. Over the next 12 years, the Germans built 52 centres of excellence, and 366 regional coaching bases were constructed where 1,300 full-time professional coaches could begin to cut their teeth in management. In the words of George Daniel, the director of the new programme, if the talent of the century happens to be born in a tiny village behind the mountains, from now on we will find him. The DFB vowed to develop new tactics and fluid formations that catered to the modern agile player previously overlooked in the old system. And by 2014, Joachim Löw guided Germany to World Cup glory under the banner of attractive football, fueled by a squad from all backgrounds. The initiative was praised for nourishing that very crop of players, but as we will explore, the reforms have had a profound effect on Germany's coaching pool to this day. Germany has become a leading force in Europe for getting individuals qualified through their coaching courses. For prospective coaches and managers, there are 5 levels of licence that need to be gained. The C and B licence are the 2 starting points and necessary to manage any side in the Regionalligas and beyond, the 4th tier of German football. Above that, you have the Elite Youth licence and B licence, and then the Fußballlehrer, the equivalent of the UEFA Pro licence in England. No one can manage in the Bundesliga, 1, 2 or 3 without their Fußballlehrer. In England, you only need to have started training for your pro licence to manage in the Championship. This is partly because gaining the top qualification required for a Premier League side is a slow and costly process. As of 2016, enrolling on the course costs £2,965 and can take between 12 and 18 months to complete. In Scotland, that price is even higher. Over in Germany, however, the Fußballlehrer degree lasts on average 10 months and will set you back just £800. This has made it one of the most subscribed to courses on the continent. UEFA stats in 2018 revealed Germany had 34,970 coaches with the top 2 levels of qualification, more than any country bar Spain. By comparison, England had just 2,798 and 8 times fewer coaches with the UEFA Pro licence. Judging by the price and timescale, you might think England simply offers a more premium product, but that isn't the case. The licensing process differs from country to country, with UEFA setting the minimum course time for the pro qualification at 240 hours for completion. The English FA has roughly followed these guidelines, with their course set at 256 hours. The DFB though more than triples that, with the Fußballlehre requiring no less than 815 hours of study. And even getting onto the course is no easy feat. Each year, 80 applicants are accepted for the interview process, before being whittled down to 24 over a rigorous 3-day examination period. According to Vice, the final evaluation is a 3-step process. A 2-hour exam which tests their tactical knowledge, followed by a 2-hour practical exam in the form of a coaching session, then a final exam. And it's not just those most likely to succeed that are chosen either. The application process welcomes people from all backgrounds in football, not just ex-pros. Over the 3 days, the group are carefully observed by psychologists and instructors as they look to create the best team that can learn from each other moving forwards. The lucky 24 then advance to the prestigious Hennes Weisweiler Academy to begin their studies. The course is split into 3 days per week taught classes, with 6 weeks of home study, 12 weeks of work experience and 3 weeks of tests. Heavy emphasis is placed on personable skills as well as tactical innovation, under the recognition that a successful coach needs to be able to develop a strong bond with his team. They are even taught how to best present themselves in press conferences and job interviews. And their education doesn't end after they've graduated. The German Managers Association, known as the BDFL, works closely with the DFB to incorporate new tactics and methods into the licensing process, and every manager with the Fußballlehre degree is required to complete ongoing courses every 3 years for their license to be renewed. It means that even the absolute best managers in the world in Klopp and Tuchel are constantly learning the latest developments. The Bundesliga has been brilliant in handing opportunities to young coaches. Of the 10 German managers currently operating in the Bulli, 3 are under the age of 40, with only the legendary Christian Streich of Freiburg over 50, though his association with the club stretches back to 1995 when he took over the club's under-19s. It's a similar story in the Bundesliga, where 83% of the coaches are German, with a mean age of 45. This helps explain why young players often break through in German football, as any manager looking to qualify for his Fußballlehre must have completed their elite youth license, meaning every top coach will already have extensive experience working with teenagers. What's more, coaches are encouraged to start studying towards their Fußballlehre at the earliest possible stage. Jurgen Klopp took over Mainz aged 34, and Hansi Flick was in charge of 4th tier side Viktoria Bammental aged 31. Meanwhile, Tuchel succeeded Klopp at Mainz aged 35, having been a youth coach at Stuttgart 9 years prior under the tuition of Ralf Rangnick. But no one can match the incredible speed at which Julian Nagelsmann burst onto the scene. At merely 20 years old, he was appointed Tuchel's assistant at Augsburg's under-23s, and 8 years later, he became the youngest Bulli coach by some distance when handed the opportunity to lead Hoffenheim. Today, he's still only 34. What's interesting about Nagelsmann, Tuchel and even Wolfsburg's new coach Florian Kohlfeldt is that none of them enjoyed lucrative playing careers. Even Klopp never appeared in the Bundesliga during his professional days, yet all of them hold some of the biggest jobs in Europe. This falls in line with the Hennes Weisweiler Academy's policy of promoting coaches based on meritocracy rather than previous footballing ability. All too often across Europe, successful former players are handed big roles despite limited experience. Just take Andrea Pirlo at Juventus or Clarence Seedorf at Milan. Meanwhile in Germany, the backroom staff of every side is flooded with elite level coaches from all backgrounds learning their trade. You only have to look at Graham Potter's alternative route to the top to see the difficulty of following a similar career path in the UK. It would take a degree in social sciences and a journey via Leeds Metropolitan University and Östersunds in Sweden for his gifted talents to finally be noticed. But for more on that, check out our recent Football Daily Explained on the rise of Graham Potter. The DFB's mandate that every Bundesliga side required an academy has also proved hugely effective. Each academy has to employ at least 2 coaches with the Fußballlehre qualification. The result is a highly competitive youth and reserve league system where coaches are testing out their new methods and skills against one another. English coaches have even begun to recruit directly from this talent pool, Huddersfield and Norwich previously picking up David Wagner and Daniel Fark from Borussia Dortmund's reserves. Hoffenheim boss Sebastian Hoeneß best demonstrates the faith put in new managers within the German system. A 39-year-old former midfielder who spent most of his playing career in the amateur leagues, he coached youth football in Berlin and then under Rangnick at RB Leipzig before guiding Bayern Munich's reserves to the Bundesliga DRI title in 2019-20. Fresh, exciting and trusted to succeed, Hoeneß's rise encapsulates why German managers are so prevalent today. The Deutsch system recognised the error of its ways and created an environment that championed innovation and where anyone can succeed provided you have the talent. The rest of the world is slowly waking up to the methods, but for now, German managers will continue to reign supreme. So that was our EFD Explained on why Germany produces so many world-class talents. This was written by me, Henry Hill, so if you've got any issues or talking points, let me know in the comments down below, and it was edited by James Wayne, so give him a thumbs up in the comments too. Make sure you're liked and subscribed to the channel with notifications switched on, and we'll see you next time.